Hi, guys. Welcome back to Let's Heal Together. I'm Amelia, and if you're healing from narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships, or trying to understand why your mind still holds onto someone who hurt you, you're in the right place. Every week, we break down the psychology behind abuse, trauma bonds, and recovery so you can stop blaming yourself and finally start healing. Let's get into today's video. Have you ever met someone everyone else thought they were charming, funny, kind, safe, but something inside you whispered, no? You couldn't explain it. There was no evidence, no obvious lie, no dramatic moment, just a feeling. Months later, everyone else finally saw what you saw on day one. So, were you psychic? Not exactly. You were trained. And that's the part no one talks about. If you've survived emotional abuse, your brain doesn't look at people the way other people's brains do. It scans, it compares, it searches, it predicts. Today, we're going to talk about why survivors often become incredible pattern recognizers, why that gift feels more like a curse, and how learning to trust yourself again might be the beginning of real healing. Chapter 1. Your brain became a threat detection machine. Imagine living in a house where the weather changes every 5 minutes. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's a hurricane, sometimes both happen in the same afternoon. That's what life with a narcissist feels like. 1 minute you're loved, the next you're being ignored, criticized, blamed, punished. Your brain quickly learns one lesson: to predict the storm before it arrives. Not because it's fun, because survival depends on it. You begin noticing microscopic changes: a pause before they answer, the way they close a door, how their smile changes around other people, a shift in their voice, a delayed text, a tiny expression that everyone else misses. None of these things mean much by themselves, but your brain isn't looking for one clue. It's comparing thousands of tiny clues at once. That's pattern recognition. Over time, it becomes automatic. You stop consciously looking, your nervous system starts looking for you, and that's why people later say, "How did you know?" The truth is, you didn't know. You recognized a pattern you'd survived before. Chapter 2. Why you feel exhausted around fake people. Most conversations happen on two levels: the words and everything underneath them. Most people only hear the words. Survivors often hear both. Someone says, "I'm so happy for you," but their eyes tighten. Their smile disappears too quickly. Their body leans away. Their voice drops half a note. You notice it instantly. Now imagine doing that for every interaction, every day. It's mentally exhausting, not because you're judging people, because your nervous system never learned how to stop scanning. While everyone else is relaxing, your brain is still collecting evidence. It isn't overthinking, it's overprotecting. Chapter 3. When pattern recognition turns into hypervigilance. Here's where things become dangerous. Pattern recognition is powerful, hypervigilance is painful. They're not the same thing. Healthy pattern recognition says, "I've seen this behavior before." Hypervigilance says, "I assume everyone will eventually hurt me." One protects you, the other isolates you. After trauma, those two systems often become tangled together. Suddenly, you cancel plans, avoid relationships, question kind people, feel anxious when someone is genuinely interested in you. Not because they're unsafe, because safety feels unfamiliar. Your brain mistakes unfamiliarity for danger. Chapter 4. Why you feel like an outsider. One of the loneliest parts of healing is watching everyone else ignore things you can't stop seeing. You notice manipulation, passive aggression, love bombing, fake apologies, power games. Everyone else laughs, smiles, moves on. You sit there wondering, am I crazy? Usually, you're not. But here's the challenge: seeing something doesn't always mean it's your responsibility to expose it. Healing means learning the difference between awareness and carrying everyone else's burden. Chapter 5: The real goal isn't better, pattern recognition. This surprises people. Healing isn't about becoming even better at reading people, it's about becoming better at trusting yourself. Because eventually you stop asking, Yasa, can I trust them? And start asking, can I trust myself to leave if they prove unsafe? That one shift changes everything. When you trust yourself, you don't need certainty. You don't need proof. You don't need everyone else to agree. You simply notice the pattern, thank your nervous system, and choose what protects your peace. If narcissistic abuse taught your brain to survive, healing teaches it how to live. Your ability to recognize patterns isn't something you need to erase, it's something you need to retrain. Not every stranger is dangerous, not every smile is fake, but when your intuition quietly whispers, pay attention, you don't have to ignore it anymore. Before you go, don't stop here. If today's video resonated with you, I want you to watch the video that's on your screen next because it dives even deeper into this part of the healing journey, and I think it'll really help connect the dots. And if you're rebuilding your life after narcissistic abuse, make sure you subscribe and join our healing community. Every week, we explore the psychology of trauma, recovery, and how to become the strongest version of yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Remember, healing isn't about becoming who you were before, it's about becoming someone they never had the chance to destroy. I'll see you in the next video.